Hi, welcome back to CADable. This is Engineer Ibrahim Omer, and today I'll show you how to make this bowl in Solidworks, and then we'll export this model to Keyshot for some basic rendering, and I'll also show you how to change your HDRI and how to match your perspective. Right, so let's start. Let's go to Solidworks, and here you can see if I can drag this to here. Here you can see my model, and I have made this model with surfaces, and you can go to here, you can go to tabs, and you can enable your let's say weldment structure system surfaces. Right, I have already enabled this, so here is my surfaces tab, and here you can see these commands. So first of all, I have used this command called surface plane, and here you can see that this command planar surface, and let's say I can drag this to here, and now I'll show you how to make this from the design tree. So the first command the first command I have used is a planar surface command, and if I can show you, it's 2D sketch. Go to edit sketch, and I have made a simple circle at the origin with a diameter 100. You can see the diameter, and then I have used this command called surface plane or planar surface command, and as you can see that okay. Next is I have used a plane, and I can show you from here. The plane is at 40 millimeter from this plane, and you can make this plane. Let's say you will go to here, reference geometry, go to plane, and here you can make your plane. Right, let's say you will go to here, top plane, and let's say let's change it to 40 millimeter if you want, and here you can make your plane. Right, just cancel this. So after making this, I can show this plane. Let's say okay. So after making this, I have used another command called axis, and I will use this command when I will be revolving my geometry, right? And I can show you. Go to axis, enable, and you can make this command from here. Go to reference geometry, and you can make this axis, and here you have 4 options to make your sketch. In fact, 5 options, and here I have used this option called 2 planes, and I have used 2 planes to make this axis. I can show you. Go to axis, go to edit feature, and here you can see that I have used right plane and front plane to make this axis, right? And I'll be using when I will be revolving my geometry. Right, just cancel this. Then I have used a command, very important command called boundary surface, and I will use this bowl using this command. So let's say I can hide this plane. Okay, now I'll go to this command called boundary surface, and you can see this command here, boundary surface. Right, I can make this from lofted surface as well, but I have used this using boundary surface. So uh, let's say if I can show you, it's a 2D sketch, and okay, so it takes this sketch, right? Let's say if I can suppress this. Okay, now I'll show you this geometry, and this geometry, right? So it's a very simple 2D sketch, right? On this plane, 40 millimeter away from this plane, and it's a very simple 2D sketch, a very simple 2D sketch here, and a curve that joins this point and this point. Right, now I'll go to this feature called boundary surface, and I'll select this. I'll select let's say I'll select this, and now the direction, I give this direction, right? So as you can see that the boundary feature is done, right? So it takes two sketches in this direction and two sketches in this direction, right? Here I'm using only one sketch in this direction. So just cancel this, and now I'll go to here and I'll unsuppress this. Okay, now I can hide these sketches, and I'll go to here and I'll select this hide. I can hide this axis as well, but I'll not hide it because I'll use this in circular pattern, right? It's a very simple command, circular pattern. You will go to features and you will go to here. I will not use linear pattern here, I'll use circular pattern here. And the direction, you will choose this direction, and I'll use this, and I can make these instances, let's say 8 or 30 or 40. Let's say. Just cancel this. I'll go to here circular pattern, and I'll unsuppress. Okay, now I'll go to circular pattern, I'll go to edit feature, and now you can see that it takes this axis and it will revolve my geometry 360 degrees with 30 instances, right? You can see that. Okay, just cancel this, and now I'll go to okay, now I'll go to here. I have used another plane, and okay, another plane on this surface. I can show you, unsuppress, and I can show you this. I've used another plane on this surface, right? Taking this point and parallel to this, right? Okay. Now I can show you another boundary surface, and just cancel this. I have to drag up to here, right? Because these 2D sketches are linked with this 3D, and now it will work. So now you can see that how I modeled this, how I use this boundary feature. It is unsuppressed, so I have to make it it is suppressed, and now I have unsuppressed it, and now you can see that it takes two sketches, right? One sketch here and one sketch here, and two curves here, right? And it will blend my geometry between these curves. I can show you. Go to boundary surface 2, and here you can see that it takes basically one sketch here, right? As you can see that sketch 5, one sketch here, and one sketch at the bottom, right? This sketch 9, and edge 1 here is the curve edge 1, and edge 2 is the second curve, right? So it is blending geometry between these curves, right? Just cancel this. I hope you understand it, right? Now I can hide this command axis. Okay, now I have used another circular pattern. Now it is very easy to understand, right? You can see that now the second circular feature is done also. Now after modeling this geometry, let's say I want to make a fillet, right? And I want to make a fillet here, right? Let's say I want to make a fillet here. Now it will not fillet because my geometry, these are let's say 61 surfaces, right? I have to make these surfaces join, and let's say I go to surface, and I will knit these surfaces. Then only I can apply some features called fillet or chamfers and blah blah, right? Because these are individual surfaces, I have to make them knit, and then I can apply my let's say fillet command or any command, right? Because these are individual surfaces. So you can see that command, surface command, and now these surfaces are knitted, and now I can apply thicken feature or fillet feature or any other feature, right? So I can go to here, unsuppress, and now you can see that these 61 surfaces are knitted into one surface. Yes, you can see that surface body is only one. Let's say if I can drag up to here, and it is showing that these are 61 surfaces. You can count these surfaces 61, right? But when I knitted my surface, knitted or joined my surface, so you can see that these 61 surfaces are now are combined to make one surface. Now I can apply any feature, right? After making it after giving it knitting command, now I can make it thick. You can see that surface has no thickness, so I have to make I have to give them some thickness, right? You can see that thicken command here. Go to here and select this, and now you can see that 10 millimeter thickness. It's very big. 1 millimeter thickness, and you can see the preview. You can make it uh, mid plane thickness, or inward or outward. Okay, let's cancel this and go to here. Now I can unsuppress this, and I'll go to here again, go to edit feature, and now you can see that 2 millimeter thickness outwards, right? Okay, let's cancel this. Now I can apply some fillets, and I'll apply some fillets here, some fillets here, inside, outside. You can see that, right? It is suppressed, so I have to make it unsuppress. Okay, so I can show you these fillets are done at the bottom side. You can see that 2 millimeter fillet at the back side, right? Okay, now another fillet. Go to unsuppress again, and here you can see that 2 millimeter radius here, right, at the bottom of this bowl. Next is now I have used a command called cut extrude, and the main reason to use this command is when I was using this command, fillet command, and it was the fillet command was not working. So that's why, because it is at some radius, right? It is at some radius. It is not plain. So I have used a command called extrude command, and I have extruded some of the portion. As you can see that, go to unsuppress. Right now, the face is cut extruded, and now I can apply fillet feature easily, right? Okay, unsuppress. It's a big fillet, and covering whole the bowl. You can see that here and here, right? And lastly, I have used another fillet. Go to unsuppress. Now you can see that these fillets on these edges. I can show you as well. Go to edit feature. It is calculating. Okay, 0.25 radius at these edges, right? You can see that. You can see these all edges. It's 119 edges. Let's cancel this, and now we have done with this modeling of bowl. Now I can apply some appearance. Go to here, appearance, and let's say I want to apply some glass and brown glass, or you can apply this. You can apply this to whole body, to some feature or some face, right? So let's say I want to apply thick gloss. Okay, you can apply any. Okay, so we are done with this modeling. Now I will export my model to Keyshot for some basic rendering, right? You can render here as well, and you can render using PhotoView 360, but I prefer always Keyshot, right? So I'll go to here, I'll go to tools, I'll go to Keyshot 9, and I'll send this model to Keyshot. Here I'm using Keyshot add-in. Okay. So it will take some time to open, and it will export my geometry from Solidworks to Keyshot. Okay, it is importing my geometry. I'm using Keyshot 9 and I'm using Solidworks 2020. and it is taking some time. Okay, so I'll go to, let's say, I'll go to landscape and I'll change it to s- uh, 1280 by 720, right? And here you can see that the shadows are right at the bottom side, and I can let's say I'll go to here, move model upside, and snap to ground. Let's say if it's not snapping to ground, and I'll check this box, snap to ground. Okay, now it is snapped. It is always it is not always snapped, so you can you have to make this right. Okay, so press M for materials, or you can simply click here library, right? You can apply, let's say, this. Okay, let's say I'll go to glass, and under glass I'll go to textured, and under textured I'll go to, let's say, wavy, and select this wavy yellow. Yeah, I think this was applied right. Okay, let's say I can apply this black, or I think it's fine, right? You can go to here, environment, go to background, and let's say I don't want this background, I want solid color background, right? You can also uh, let's say if you want ground shadows, you can click this, but I think it's fine. Okay, so material is done. This is very basic rendering, and okay, you can pan your model. Now let's say I want some HDRI, or I want some lighting. So I'll go to here, environment, and let's say I want this HDRI. You can see the lighting effect, and let's say I want some backplates as well, and let's say I want some simple okay, let's say this, right? And you can see that this model is not this bowl is not on this bench, right? And it's very difficult to make this, right? But I'll show you a very easy way to match this perspective with your background, right? So basically, first I will choose HDRI. HDRI is basically 3D images, or which gives you lighting, and backplates, or background are 2D images which don't give you background, so we have to match your HDRI with background, right? Okay, let's say this. You can see your effect on this bowl, not on this background, because background is stationary. Background is a 2D image, right? This, now you can see the effects are changing. I think I will use sorry, I use this outdoor, and let's say I use this. Okay, it's fine. Now I have to match the perspective, so I'll go to here, camera, and here I'll use this option, match perspective. It's a very useful when you are matching your geometry with your uh, background, or with your backplate, right? So I'll go to here, match perspective, and I'll cancel this. Now I have to match these vectors with this backplate, right? So okay, this with this, and let's say I will match this with this, right? Okay, now I will match this with this side, and this with this side. Okay, now I will match this with this side, and this with this side, right? Okay. So as you can see that now it looks like that the bowl is uh, on this plank, right? Uh, you can lock your rotation, and you can show ground grids if you want, but I think I don't want these ground grids to be shown. You can choose 2-point perspective or 3-point perspective. If you're using 3-point perspective, so you have to match x, y, and z. And if you're matching 2 points perspective, so you have to match only x and y, right? So click here and click OK, right? And now you can adjust your bowl. Here it's a very useful option, perspective, and here you can see that your bowl is I think it's fine. Okay, so we are done with this tutorial. I hope you like it, and it's a very useful thing, match perspective. And you have to match your geometry, you have to match your model with the background image, right? And HDRI are basically the lighting effect which you are providing to your geometry, right? HDRI are 3D images. You can choose HDRI solo if you are not using a background, but I think it's better to use background 2D image with your 3D HDRI, right? Or in simple words, you can choose background with your HDRI, and then match your perspective. So that's it for today's tutorial. I hope you like it, and if you have any questions, any queries related to this tutorial or any other tutorial in my list, you can ask in comment section. Thanks for watching.